Namaste, everyone. I'm Jenny G. It's time to tune into my channel. And for those of you who haven't subscribed, what's up with that? Hit that little red button in the corner there to subscribe to my channel in order to get weekly content. And there's a lot of exciting events coming on my channel, so make sure that you subscribe. So this day, today, we're going to talk about the cosmic vibes that's coming up. So the cosmic vibes I'm doing weekly because there's so many different changes, frequencies, vibrations that happen every second. So you're going to be feeling it. You're seriously going to be feeling it. The more sensitive you are, you're going to feel it go right through your entire being. So this way, whenever you're feeling, why am I so sad? Or why am I feeling so excited? Or why am I so drained? There's reasons for it. And I'm going to explain to you why it's happening and also how you can utilize this energy and work through it as best as you can. Nobody's perfect, right? So the energies this week, you might still be feeling some hangover effects from that super new moon we just had, right? Like, how many of you guys enjoyed that super new moon? And what happened during that time? We've had a main portal open up this week as well, 22nd of February, 222. Some of you might have even saw like numbers 222, synchronicity, little winks from the cosmic universal forces. And I always say we, because I channel and work with the Christ consciousness. I hear messages 24/7 coming through, literally. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, past life Akashic records, animal communicator, meditation teacher, pranic healer, life coach, you name it. The list goes on. So for those of you who would like to book a reading with me, you will see that information in the description box below, how you can connect with me and we can make it happen. So let's talk about this week. Okay, so this week you might be still feeling a little bit drained and such like that. However, things are going to start to peak up, you guys. That's right. You are moving and have been moving in alignment with your soul. Your soul has been transforming you forward in huge quantum leaps if you're in alignment with your soul. Now, if you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Why isn't this happening? You have to really start setting more boundaries and taking that time out for you. This is self love. That is self love because then you're going to hear your soul speak. We have Master Number Day coming up this week. We have a whole lot of vibrational frequencies happening. So we are in Chiron energy as well, because it's been bringing up past wounds that you still need to heal from. And that's going to continue way into March. So really pay attention to what dreams you're also having this week. That's going to continue on. Write it down because there's always symbols in dreams. There's always energies in dreams. And some people might be like, oh my God, I just had a dream. I just died. Like, what's happening? It really depends what it's about. Okay, you can always book a reading with me and I can explain to you. You know, sometimes when you're dreaming about that, you're dying because you're going through this major rebirth, this major transformation within. And you might even have those dreams this week of like even more snakes in your dream, which represents rebirth, transformation, shedding your old skin and embracing the new skin in quantum leaps. That's your soul being in ascension and shifting forward. Allow this process to start and begin with you. You might also be hearing different frequencies going on in your ears. You might be like, what's that about? Like, why am I hearing this high pitch kind of sound? Or, you know, my ears are like more itchy, or, oh my gosh, my head. It's because you're getting those downloads. Oh, they just messed up my hair. It's messy anyways. So, anyways, that's because you're getting downloaded from the cosmic universal forces. It's like when you're downloading a program from your computer, right? And it could take some time to download, or sometimes it can download quickly. However, because we're human, we get those pre-signs, and it's not that, oh my gosh, I should go get my ears checked. No. But I mean, if you're concerned, of course, by all means, please go get yourself checked out, right? But you're getting downloaded cosmically from the universe to upgrade your energy from the lower vibrations into the higher energies. This is a year of higher consciousness, especially this week. Moving into March, it's really, really important. You're going to want to spend more space and time alone as well. You are building your foundation. You're also going to be reflecting back this week into January. Now, see where you are this week. What were you working on in January? What were you letting go of in January? You might start doing a lot more reflecting this week during that time, because that's when Saturn is all, in connection with the moon. And that helps you reflect back to those times. And it also helps you let go of your fears and your anxieties and such like that, because that super moon hangover, it takes a little bit of time, because it's major, major cosmic energies, and we all get affected with it. And the more sensitive you are, the more energy you're going to pick up from it. Like, I literally, every day I wake up and I'm like, okay, what crystals am I really tuned into, or what crystals am I really drawn to? And I will pick certain crystals to wear on my body, right? Like, I prefer wearing jewelry because it touches my body, and my body needs to be grounded. And you're going to find this week that you're going to want to ground yourself even more. So March 3rd is a really powerful day, and you really, really have to watch where your thoughts are. You could be having fears, you could be having a lot of self-doubt that day. And whatever you do, make sure that you distance away from any negative events, negative people, toxic environments, because this is really, really important for you to stay grounded. Like, it's a perfect day to meditate, really tune into your soul to hear those messages, right? You might have some plans, and other people are going to be like, you can't do that, or, oh my God, you can't do that. This is going to happen. And then you go into fear mode. Like, really reflect back, right? It's lessons learned. Like, you could be on your journey of, you know what, I just found the solution. I know this is going to work for me. And then you go out and get some things that you're working on, let's say, or whatever it is. And then you run into someone, doesn't matter where it is or who it is. And you're like, yeah, I am so excited. I just bought this. I'm working on my projects, or I'm making changes, or I'm moving here. And that person, now this happened to me this week as well. I got tested big time. This person literally said to me, oh my God, Jeni, you can't do that. Because if you do that, this is what's going to happen. And I'm like, what? Like, are you serious? And I'm like, it really actually brought me down, because I'm like, well, that just changes everything for me now. I just went and picked up this and this and that, and da 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 da. And I was like, really, like, just feeling like helpless. And I'm like, I do so many things on my own. And I'm like, oh my God. So, anyways, long story short, I made some inquiries to the right people, the professionals who specialize in this sort of thing. And they're like, what are you talking about? That's perfectly fine. We can do that for you. We can. And I'm like, oh my God. So I literally had to go around. I was running around nonstop, and it was kind of more on a day I had a little off, right? And I wanted to relax, and that didn't happen because I allowed myself to be immersed with low, negative, toxic energy, just somebody I ran into, right? So just really, really, before making any major decisions, take that time out and really reflect on things. You can always reach out to me to get some confirmations and such. You can reach out to whoever you want, but please make sure you double check, because help is there when you want it. Help is there when you need it. Put your ego aside and say, hey, you know what, I need some help. And you might find that this week you're going to be like, I need some help with this, I need some help with that, because the Neptune energy this week is really going to help you detach from situations, from people. You might be really, really attached to a certain person or situation. Don't attach to outcomes. Don't attach to that, because when you attach to something right away, you're going to only create your own suffering and such like that, which is going to create stress and worried thoughts. And you're going to create your own story in your own mind. Never attach to anything. Continue working on your goals and say, you know what, Spirit, if this is how things are supposed to be, I'm walking in alignment with my soul. I'm doing what I feel is right for me. And let it go, let it go, let it go. And when you detach from outcomes and situations, you're going to see how things are going to start flowing for you this week. When you're attached to certain things, you're going to see things that are going to start to go out of alignment. And when your soul is transcending this week and you're in that mode of ascension, moving forward in quantum leaps, do not allow fears and negative toxic energies to hold you back. Pause, reflect. This is when you have to set even more boundaries this week, even more so. It's a year of setting more boundaries, staying focused and grounded within your soul in perfect alignment. And then you're going to see how things are going to start opening up for you. You're also going to see this week that things are in more synchronicity within your soul. There's this huge week because Venus and Jupiter are in alignment with the moon, and you're going to feel this big shift. All of a sudden, you're going to be like, wow, what just happened? Those different times when you're like, I felt a shift with something. I woke up and I saw clarity, or all of a sudden a light bulb went on, and I let go of this, and boom, dee, 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 boom, boom, ding, ding. You have awakened, my dear. You have awakened. You are listening to your soul speak. Very important. Very important, you guys. Very important. You're going to be seeing more of your talents and gifts coming out this week. Don't let that fear and self-doubt stop you. I can't keep saying that enough. This week of the energy, there's going to be a little mixed emotions, of course. There always is. But it's how you go about it. This is why it's really important to be careful who you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with toxic energy, negative people and situations, you will not transcend forward in quantum leaps. You will be held back. And then you're going to be wondering, why is my life like this, and playing the victim mode. You're the only one that can make the changes. We can give you guidance. We can give you our insights and such like that, as I'm hearing very loudly, of course, from Spirit, even more so. We are here for you, your guides, your angels. We are there. Ask us to help you to shift forward. You have to be open to hear messages. Like if you're like, you know what, that's my soulmate, and this is what's going to happen. If you're not open to seeing the reality of the situation, you're in delusion. You're living in the world of glamour and delusion. That's going to hold you back from meeting that right person or walking in that right path that's best for the evolution of your soul. This is why it's really, really, really important, because what you do on a day-to-day basis is going to determine your future in leaps and bounds. It's not easy. Being here on Earth, it's not easy. You've seen a lot of truth being exposed, and March is going to come in leaps and bounds. The Mars energy is going to put you more in alignment if you pay attention, if you surrender to it. And that energy can be either way. It can really help motivate you. Spirit, I'm open to new opportunities that are best for my higher self and highest purpose. When you need to detach from someone, when you feel you're attached to someone or something, ask Archangel Raphael to come through and say, Archangel Raphael, please help me cut cords. Please help me let these ties loose so I can have that freedom within my soul to transcend forward. Let's do this. I am open. I'm ready. You have to be open to receive. And also watch other people who totally take you for granted. You have to balance that out. And if you keep on giving and giving and giving and giving, you are not being open to receive at all. Really pay attention to who you're around. You're going to feel a lot of excitement coming through. Wishes can very well come through midweek. Midweek wishes are coming through. If you've been working towards your soul's destiny and your soul's purpose in a positive way, you are going to see wishes coming through. This is when the synchronicity events are going to be like, oh, that's why that happened in January. That's why I didn't meet that person. That's why I didn't get that job. That's why I didn't buy that car. That's why this and this and that. Don't force the situation, you guys. This is a huge week for ascension within your soul. Huge week. As long as you're in tune with your heart and your soul with the right intentions, you are going to be walking on the path in your soul's alignment. If you are walking in ego, if you are very deceitful with people, what energy you send out comes back to you. If you're trying to be someone you're not, that's going to go against you. If you are purposely trying to screw somebody around, that's going to go against you. What energy you send out comes back. We all have lessons to learn. You can't judge anyone. You choose who you surround yourself with. Even if you're in work environments, I understand that, you have to, go with the flow and such like that, but you don't have to hang out with that person, right? When I run into somebody, of course, that I'm like, oh, I didn't really want to run into them. I'm always polite, but I'm not going to hang out with them. No, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Ask yourself, why would you do that? Let go, embrace your soul tribe to come to you. You attract who you are. So on that note, thank you, Steve, by the way, if you're watching this video. Thank you. So truly grateful. So anyways, we're going to pull a couple of cards for the cosmic vibes from February 25th to March the 3rd, just to see what the spirit world has to say to us. So anytime you use cards, make sure you knock them 3 times on wood to clear the energy when you have last used them, or if somebody else used them. I have cleared my cards before I did this video. And when I'm with a client, I don't use cards because I'm a clairvoyant psychic medium, right? I'm only doing this because this is collectively, and I want to see what spirit has to say to you all, by the way. I will climb that mountain. I'm hearing for someone. What is that? Sound of Music. Climb the highest mountain, that song, climb every mountain. I'm not going to sing. I'd scare you all, believe me. Not in this lifetime. I'm a singer. God, no. I sing in my truck, mind you. When I'm driving, I crank up my stereo and I'm singing a tune, and little Miss Bella, my little dog's beside me, and we're chanting away. I chant every day. I don't care who hears me, but I'm not going to be singing and chanting where I'm at and here. I do so in a different way. So, anyways, what's the cosmic message from the universe for February 25th to March 3rd, 2023? It's a cosmic message. Cosmic message from spirit. What's the cosmic message? It's a cosmic message. Cosmic message from spirit. Here, it's really cold right now, minus 30s, a lot of snow here in Alberta. Like, holy Jesus, Lord, have mercy. Okay, so the card that fell down here, it's a perfect card. It always is, right? Like when spirit talks, they have messages. This card is clear your mind, be present, and focus and embrace. Okay. Oops, I'm not going to bother picking that up. So there you go. Now, this is really important to stay in the moment of the now. This year is a universal 7 year, which is wanting you to stay more in the present of the events that's going on right now. It wants you to really embrace who you are and be authentic. Stay very, very present. And even here, take a look at this little boy here. See how he's kind of looking, and it's almost like he's getting that messages coming in from the spirit world. It's almost like that photographer took that photo and the little boy is like, oh, because the energy this week is focusing on you. Pay attention to the signs and the messages that are coming in this week, especially with your dreams. Write it down, the symbols and what messages you're getting as well, and see how everybody is getting very creative, right? They're doing their own thing. And look at the beautiful colors. And birds, by the way, represent self. It's time for you, is it not? If you're not making time for you, how are you going to make anything happen? How are you going to transcend forward? How are you going to hear those messages from your soul if you're too busy doing everything for everybody else? Okay, so really, really pay attention to those messages coming through. So I'm also going to pull a card here from Lord Ganesh and see what messages that Lord Ganesha has to say to us. What is the message, Satnam, from Lord Ganesh? Om Shanti Om. Shri Ram. It's a message from February 25th to March 3rd. It's a cosmic message from Ganesh. February 25th to March 3rd. What's the cosmic message from Ganesh? Cosmic message from Ganesh. Cosmic message from Ganesh. Yes. You know how I said there are wishes coming true this week? There's a lot of different synchronicities coming through, a lot of different blessings. And if you also pay attention to the number 4, that equals 8. 8 represents abundance, prosperity. And abundance can comes in many, many ways. Like I had a friend come over the other day to help me put some blinds up in my place. Mine were all broken and such like that. And I don't know how to put blinds up. And my friend, he's very busy as it is. He goes, you know what? I actually can come over and help you this afternoon and help you put some blinds up. And I was so truly grateful for Tony. Thank you, Tony. So truly grateful for the help. For me, I was so grateful. That's abundance. That can be abundance. Being grateful for the smallest little things. Abundance comes in many ways. You might get promoted this week. You might find a job this week. You might win a lotto this week. Anything can happen this week, around midweek or so, if you pay attention. Don't go looking for it. Let it come to you. All of a sudden, boom, you're going to be like, wow, of all days, this happened to me? Holy smokies, right? Really pay attention to that and see how Ganesh is throwing his hands up in the air to celebrate, I surrender, I surround you, surrender. Thank you for all my bountiful blessings. Very important, very important. So with this cosmic flow and energies, of course, we're going to cosmically, the galaxies and starseed wisdom and all of that. So let's see what cosmic message from February 25th to March 3rd is. What's the cosmic energy? It's the cosmic energy this week, February 25th to March 3rd. Cosmically, what's the cosmic message? From Spirit, right away. I love it how the cards just kind of follow me. They fly out, actually. So how interesting is this stellar gateway activation? You know how I'm saying our soul is in that ascension process and our soul is transcending forward and leaps and bounds. This is infinite potential manifestation vortex. Absolutely, absolutely. The energy is off the rocks and off the charts this week. And we are in that manifest. You can manifest anything at any given time. But with these powerful energies this week that is going on, you might even find that you're revamping your vision board. You're going to be like, you know what? I want this. I want that. Write it down. Do not think and wonder, oh, I don't know how I'm going to have that. I don't know how that's going to happen. Let the universe bring that to you. Everything comes together in perfect divine timing. You just can't sit back and say, okay, universe, that's it, and do nothing. If you work with the universe and take those steps to create these opportunities, you will see all of a sudden, boom, 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 things are manifesting for you. And it's really, really important that you really stay in awareness of what you are manifesting and be careful what you're manifesting. Watch your thoughts, especially on the 3rd of March. Be really careful because you're going to attract who you are. And then you're going to wonder, how did I attract that? Like, what's going on? When things like that happen, really pay attention to how. It's like whenever I said that, one person stopped me in my tracks, right? I was so excited. I was going to be doing this and that. And that person literally brought me down to, I'm like, well, this isn't going to happen now. Now what? Oh my God, I just did this and that. I allowed that person to affect me. That was my fault. So this is why it's really important to take time out for you and really meditate on things and really see what it is, because you're always going to get tested from spirit. You will get tested from spirit, and it's how you react to the situation. And when you're meditating and chanting and taking time for you, going for walks in nature, doing yoga, exercising, whatever it is that grounds you, you're going to hear those messages coming through in clarity. And that's when I'm like, oh my God, Jeni, why would you allow that? And then what I do is I'm like, thank you, Spirit, for that lesson. Thank you for showing me that, because next time when somebody tries to do that to me, that it's not going to affect me. So this is why lessons are very powerful. We can sit back and play the victim or whatever we want, or we can say, what is this lesson teaching me? How do I utilize this and shift forward in quantum leap? How do I move out of this? Very, very important, very important. So I'm going to pull a crystal card here, of course, and just go easy on you guys, because with that Chiron energy, we're still healing, we're still letting go with certain situations and events. And that also can be from your past life. This is why I do a lot of past life readings, because it's like, this is why this is happening. This is who you were in your past life. This is your karmic path. This is what karmic lessons you need to learn, people in your life, and the reasons why. Very important, okay? So don't run from situations. Don't. So, what is the message from the crystal world this week? What is the message from the crystal world? Messages from the crystals. Ooh, 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 I love this. Sunlight. Look at that. And I mean, I don't know what you're seeing, but in this crystal, I'm literally seeing, like, it's almost like a body wrapped around with a shawl, like a cape, um, like covered in a way. And from what I'm seeing in this message as well, it looks like a woman or a person, it could be a man as well, of course, who's draped around, has like a blanket draped around them, and tuning in, really tuning in to hear those messages. Like sometimes when people meditate, they're going to put a shawl over their head, because that way they tune out the outside world and they want to tune into their soul and their third eye to activate it, to hear those messages. Like we all meditate in our own way, and go with what resonates best for you. And this person is really, really tuning in. If you take a look, and right there, I can also see a face in the cards. Can you see that face right there? How many of you can see that face? And actually, when you look on the top there, it looks like a crown that's being activated as well. How beautiful is that? And then you have some pink little flowers here representing spring. We're moving into the spring in March, or, the autumn, depending where you are, of course. And the tulips and the flowers are starting to bloom and come out. Where I am, of course, here in Alberta, we have -30s this week. We have had a huge dump of snow, more snow than we've seen in 100 years. And March here, by the way, is supposed to be intensely cold. And I'm really hoping to God that forecast is wrong. I really do. But March can be absolutely horrific, horrific with weather. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, on that note, make sure you subscribe to my channel to get notifications on new videos. There's a lot of things coming to my channel, and subscribe, book a reading with me. Follow me on social media. I have a show, Soul Vibes with Jeni G, coming out on the Conscious Awakening Network. The second show is this Saturday. Free readings. Pay attention, you guys. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. I'm Jenny G. I'm an international known clairvoyant psychic medium, past life Akashic record, animal communicator, relationship coach, meditation teacher, and so on. I am here to tell you there is some exciting news. I'm revamping my YouTube channel. That's right. There's new content coming out weekly. I'm going to talk about the weekly cosmic vibes, what you're experiencing, and why, how to utilize that, and giving you the reasons behind it. We're going to talk about the new moon, the full moon, Mercury retrograde, and I'm going to give you those insights how to manifest and make things happen for you at the right time. It's time, everyone. It's time to wake up this planet. Let's show some love and compassion. Let the fear go. Let the negativity go. Let's do this together and transcend your soul in quantum leaps. I'll be here. Where are you? Hit that red button at the corner there, subscribe to my channel, and let's make this happen. Let's do this now. Namaste.